Hi everyone. I want to talk about something tonight that's more serious. This video is especially for youth and young adults who are having a hard time coping with life. I want to share with you a few words of hope and encouragement. When I was at the pool tonight, I saw a young man in his teens who had been cutting himself. You could see it on his arms, the scabs and the lines that the razor caused. I realize that life is not easy when you're going through puberty, when you're trying to figure out your place in this world, and just all the changes that come with the responsibility of growing into a man or a woman. And I wanted to encourage you that if you're struggling, to please ask an adult or someone you trust to help you. There's absolutely no shame in it whatsoever. For me, I'm often at the doctors for help with my physical disability. And to me, asking for help with a mental health issue really isn't any different than asking for help with a bone or a joint in my body. And it bothers me to no end when people label or stereotype from people who are genuinely struggling in life. I really wanted to let you know that there are people who care and that there's people who are trained who can help you work out a skill set that will let you cope with day-to-day life. When I saw this young man who had been cutting himself with a razor, it reminded me of when I first started using a power wheelchair for my mobility. I wasn't cutting myself, but what it reminded me of is that I had to relearn the skill set to cope in this world. I had gone from being an able-bodied adult into relying on a wheelchair for my ability to walk, grocery shop, and quite frankly, there's nothing in my life that wasn't impacted by beginning to use a wheelchair. So my heart goes out to the people who are struggling and using cutting themselves as a means of coping with life. You may be going through a hard time right now. There's going to be a season in life when things get easier. Either you've learned a skill set that will help you function day to day, or the situation that you're in will eventually change. And I honestly hate for you to throw out your life just because it's really hard right now. I'm not trying to minimize that life can be really hard, but I want to assure you that there is help available. In the United States, there's a mental health administration, and they have a toll-free line that's there to offer support and hope for those who are considering suicide. My local hospital has a toll-free number that you can call day or night to speak with somebody if you're struggling, and then have someone to help follow up with you. The part that's on you is speaking to someone and acknowledging that you need help. And then I often find once the wheels start moving, you'll find the system that's needed for your particular situation. You know, tough times don't last. Tough people do. And as best as I can, I want to encourage you to hold your head up and not be ashamed to take the first step and ask somebody for support, and so that you can get the help that you deserve. You're completely worth it. You're not a waste of time. Your life counts for something. And even though it's hard right now, there will come a time in your life where it's much easier and you'll be more relaxed. You know, life is often like seasons. Sometimes it's mountaintop experiences where things are going so well. And then there's other times where it's really hard slugging, like when my mother died from cancer. It wasn't easy, and it took a lot of support to get my life on track. I want to encourage you to be strong, even when you're feeling weak. To be strong, that you're going to have the commitment that you'll persevere. But then, a lot of challenges in life, you just break it down to a day at a time and work through the challenges as they present themselves. There's a young man that I'm supporting in the local community, and I want to share with you what I said to him as the closing for this video. When you're going through hardships as a teenager and you're starting to form that skill set that will help you manage stress and manage the challenges you'll experience as an adult. Going through the hardships as a young man or a young woman is going to pay you dividends many times over. It's because when you hit the first roadblock as an adult, you'll have a foundation to build on and begin to troubleshoot how you'll work through the current problem that you're facing. You know, some people don't face adversity until they're into their adult lives and then find it very hard to coping. You aren't alone in what you're dealing with, but it's on you to speak out and say that you need help so you can get the care and the support you deserve. I want to thank you for this time that you spent with me. And I really wish you all the best that God has for you in life. Thanks for this time together today. Bye for now.